Is this thing on?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Let's get started!
I can't hear you.
Come on, let's go! Welcome to Singapore.
This is more than basketball.
This is everything.
Let's go! This is our house.
Singapore, we are here.
This is the Rising Star Invitational. This is the Rising Stars Invitational 2025.
Are you ready?
A lovely sight, the Merlion overlooking the Marina Bay waterfront. It is another glorious day in Singapore, the host nation for the 2025 NBA Rising Stars Invitational. Lots of dreams to be made, opportunities to be taken. They'll be playing for that beautiful trophy as we come into the Kallang Tennis Hub here this afternoon. It's semi-final Saturday. This is in name a tennis hub, but I tell you what, over the last few days, it's been converted into a wonderful arena for basketball. Let's have a look at what's coming up on our program for you today. Another busy schedule, not as busy as it was over the first 3 days of this competition, but we're into the business end of it. First up, girls semi-finals. The first one will be Flinders College of Australia up against Onyang Girls High School of South Korea. Then Kyoto Seika Gakuen Senior High School of Japan will be taking on Tsinghua University High School of China. That one's scheduled for 3 p.m. local time. Then we move into the boys semi-finals. First one will be Berwick College of Australia coming up against Tsinghua University High School at 5 p.m. And then the second semi-final scheduled for 7 p.m. local time. Fukuoka University Ohori Senior High School coming up against Yongsan High School of South Korea. Lots of rivalries, lots of quality out there, plenty to look forward to. I'm Rish Roshan Rai, and with me is Boom Gonzalez. Boom, I mean, we are set up here for some outstanding basketball once again between some talented young teams.
No doubt about it. Now that we are in the penultimate day, as they say, that is the matchup which is minutes away. The team from South Korea, Onyang Girls, and the team from Australia, Flinders College. And this is the section of the Invitational where the cream of the crop now rises.
Well, let's have a look at the Flinders College team, and they have only played the one match, which is the same for the side from South Korea, but we'll focus on Flinders College first of all, because their first game was a comfortable outing, Boom, against Delhi Public School, Rajnandgaon, 68-28. So if there were any sort of nerves coming into this tournament, they would have shaken them off completely. But they'll be well aware, Boom, that there's going to be a completely different challenge here. They've got some good talent out there as well. Madison Carr is one of those players to keep an eye on. The number 10, 12 points that she picked up in the opener against DPS Rajnandgaon. What did she bring to her side?
Well, you know, she is a very skilled player. What we noticed from them, she's got nice form on her shot, and she looks very confident. She came into that first game looking like she's been there before, and sometimes that makes a lot of difference, especially in that first game.
Well, it's a strong outfit. She's just one of that team. Another one that we'll be looking at here, another big talent, Naishua Moat, the number 75, also known as Choppy.
Oh.
Amongst her teammates. That's the nickname. 10 points for her, 5 rebounds, 3 assists against DPS Rajnandgaon in their opener, Boom.
Yeah, that she is known for how she positions herself underneath, and she might have a different challenge here in this matchup against the last time.
Yeah, it certainly will be a different outing, and I think that is something they will expect here. We are looking forward to the semi-final because we expect an intensity to ramp up. And they'll be coming up against a team from South Korea. We touched on them a little bit earlier on as well. Onyang Girls High School from Asan in South Korea. Prestigious secondary school located in Asan, known for their passionate commitment to academics and sports. It's a basketball team that prides itself on being a tight-knit, dynamic group built on discipline, teamwork, and resilience. And that is exactly what we saw from them in their first matchup against Unga 96 of Mongolia. 88-67 that win. A little bit closer contested, that fixture. But they've got threats from everywhere as well, with their shooting from the arc, especially with their number 3 here, Juha Hwang, 19 points against OU 96.
That classic Korean form in display, as we were talking about, whether it's the men's or the women's, and you saw it with her, with Juha Kang. She was sniping from the outside, 19 points, and yes, a bit more difficult their first outing as compared to the Australians.
Yeah, if you look at it just score-wise, it could also be argued that perhaps Onyang Girls High School played against a tougher opposition in their match in the group. Number 11, Hwang Hyun-jung, provides something a little bit different. Perhaps she picked up 18 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists in that opener boom.
She has a bit different form in terms of her shooting, so very interesting that she is deviating from the usual form, but nonetheless still efficient.
So a place in the final at stake, a chance to impress here. Let's have a look at the trophy, the beautiful trophy that they'll be playing for as well. Here and now, but also looking forward to what these players can do in their development. Boom, very quickly, before we get to the introductions, you had something to say about the trophy.
It is a beautiful trophy to see, especially in person. A trophy that grows with the game, as they say in that story, and a trophy that is about not just this year's champion. It will be a perpetual trophy built to carry every team's story in years to come, as explained by Victor Solomon earlier. And they're here in Singapore together with the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
Right.
2 beautiful trophies here in Singapore.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what they're playing for at the end of this tournament. The team set to come out here at the Kallang Tennis Hub. Let's go down courtside for the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the NBA Rising Stars Invitational Girls Division as Flinders College, Australia takes on Onyang High School, South Korea. Introduce and now
Well, they've really done an outstanding job here of making these young players feel like proper professionals with the treatment, with the introductions, with the setting here, Boom Gonzalez. And I mean, if you're a young player, think back. I know for us it's many decades now since we were that young, but think back to how you'd be feeling in situations like this. It must just give you that extra lift.
Yeah, absolutely. And for one of these teams, that will be the last time that they're going to experience that kind of an intro here in this invitational. Again, it just adds to the magnitude and the bigness, as they say, of the event as we look at the two quintets that are going to go against each other.
That's right, starting five here, Flinders College against Onyang Girls. Keep a lookout for Naja Molt, number 75. Charlotte Atkin is a physical presence as well, who can contribute with the rebounds in the paint. Madison Carr is a good scorer at number 10 for this side. For Onyang Girls, we ran through some of their key players. One of them, number 3, Juha Kang, with shooting from downtown. She excels in that regard. Number 11, Hwang Hyun Jung is another one to keep an eye on. And the number 7, Hee Won Jung, the captain of this side, will be looking to try and dictate things as the leader of the team out on court. So, Boom, we're expecting organization from Onyang Girls. Flinders College for them, what might be the game plan?
Well, the original thing that I'm thinking about with them for Flinders is the advantage in a little bit of size and heft. The advantage of efficiency goes obviously to the South Korean team just from an eye test. Now, all of these things can change once the game is ongoing, because that efficiency can be disrupted, and that size and heft advantage also can be taken away by the speed of the South Korean team at Onyang Girls. So the first quarter will give us a good idea of where this is going, and again, you mentioned it perfectly. Only the second game for both teams, no clear advantage in that department.
We are live here at the Kalang Tennis Hub. First semi-final in the girls division. Onyang Girls High School of Asan, South Korea against Flinders College of Melbourne, Australia. First attempt at a triple there, Georgia Banesh. Off the rim, back out again, and there's Juha Kang. Number 7, Hee Won Jung. Straight away in possession. Gonna get away from Carr. Floats it up.
Nice tap.
Taps it back out again. Triple from way downtown there. Now that was Hwang Hyun Jung. Already early on, Boom, looking for those big shots.
Yeah, and this is what I'm looking at, that 2-1-2 press that Onyang Girls are going to execute against this Australian team, and that creates a almost turnover, but a foul was committed by Hwang.
Boom, with the fact that these two teams have only played one match in this competition, is that something that might hinder them or be of a benefit?
I think both of them are fresh. That's the one thing, you know, they didn't have to worry about like recovery or the other team being in a disadvantage. I think they know that both of them, this is like an even match from that standpoint.
Absolutely right. Here comes Hee Won Jung. Out onto the side there for Cho for the triple. Great execution. Nice form of Boom. I'm happy with the way that was executed.
This is the one. This is the one that might fluster this Australian team, which I'm sure, you know, Coach Mitchell, Karen Lee is expecting already.
Flinders College. As a college, they've got an excellent basketball program, more than 500 students and participants in their basketball program across all their campuses. As Hee Won Jung, developing some really good players. As Juha Kang on the outside with a push off the chest.
Beautiful, beautiful shot there by Juha Kang.
Right? Whatever works, right?
Yes, but it's the consistency of the shot. That's how they do it. 6-0.
Molt. Nice early lead, up to 6 already. Here is Molt.
And as we expected, both on outside shots.
Right. Carl gonna go behind the back. Gonna get away from Hee Won Jung.
So a couple of useless fouls here by the Onyang Girls in a situation where they almost got the ball. They got to be a little smarter than that, because they could have gotten those 2 possessions after those fouls.
Personals already for Hwang and E. Number number 11 and the number 7. Clean slate in that regard for Flinders College. There's Benash. Baseline. Scoops it over. Floats it in from that low post. Again, just struggling a little bit to find a range at the moment. No issues with the range. Another triple here. On Young Girls High School, that was number 11, Hwang Hyun-jong.
And
Big points early on.
Coach Kim An-kyo asking for a foul too, Roshan, and she might have had a case there after that third triple, which I'm sure we're going to see. This is what we said that the advantage of the Onyang girls would have. Speed and shooting, and it is in full display so far in the early 3 minutes of this game.
Yeah, some lovely stuff as we have a look at the highlights. All the triples that they've been put away. How about that? And it is an excellent start from the side from South Korea. Juha Kwang there actually stepping out, making absolutely sure she picked up maximum points with that effort. And another one here from the corner.
See that flip, see that form, and you see the spin of the ball. Perfect rotation of that ball and nothing but net. Efficiency and speed so far winning over size and heft.
3 from 4.
Because we see the team from Australia, Flinders College from Melbourne, they want to slow things down. They don't want this pace.
75% the shooting from the arc here early on Young Girls High School. So a real wake-up call for Flinders College. And that timeout. Change of approach, perhaps, Boom, is what we're expecting. Here's Molt. And they spin move there, drives into the paint, takes the contact on the way through, will go to the line.
And this is how they want this game. They want the attack. They want to slow it down, maybe make some free throws, settle down the rhythm and the pace. They don't like the frantic pace that Onyang girls prefer in this competition.
You try and make the most of those opportunities from the line, though. There is head coach Mitchell Karen Lee. Once on the plate already.
Finally on the board.
Gets the second one away.
But look at the pace. They're already pushing right away, Roshan.
Yeah, quick restart. Going downstairs here. Lee Won-jung with the jumper. Goes to the line, puts that away. First points on the board that went from outside the arc. Looking for that press again, trying to be aggressive. Benesh skips it out.
See, they're rushing the Australian team. They didn't have to take that shot, but that feeling, Roshan, of that you have to shoot right away because that press is ongoing.
So they're not making their chances count here. Flinders College. It's been a struggle for them. Wong with the hook at the arc. Again, looking for the triple.
Yeah, even with the free lane.
That's right. Nesh shows how he's done with the run into the lane. And quickly.
Not looking.
Back in play again. Here's Wang. Takes his eyes off the ball and allows Atkin to come away with it. Here's Molt driving down the court.
Oh, no call. Oh, they finally called it. But the referee from the opposite side was the one who called it, and also late on that call.
Yeah, the officials close to the action there. They didn't seem to think there was much wrong with the contact here. Have a look at this one, Boom. Choi. It was just standing in the way. Choi In-kyung.
This is how Australia wants to play. Interior, slow, deliberate. But they got to make those baskets, though.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been the issue for them. The opening stages of this contest, they're getting themselves into some decent offensive positions. I'll make the most of it. I see Won-jung.
Whoa!
With the step and the crossover. Pushed into the lane. And she's going to go to the line here.
Well, so far, what we talked about the pre-game, Roshan, in terms of the game strategy, that's what we're seeing right now. And so far, it is the Onyang girls who are definitely experiencing a little more success in the early goings here. with their strategy of speeding up the game, shooting threes, defensive pressure. We haven't seen Flinders College settle down yet.
Ibralic with the rebound. Flinders College going to try and get into the momentum. As Boone has mentioned, haven't really been able to get settled in, which is perfect. On Young Girls High School, Benesh trying to make things happen for her side. She goes up to 4 with another double there.
Even from a made basket, On Young Girls is looking to push.
Double team on Kang, that's been taken away. Molt, the clear run into the paint. Halted in its tracks, eventually by Huang.
Uh-oh.
Just with the arm across, fast break. Should be an easy 2 here, and it is. Choi gets herself on the board. Ganesh almost lost her footing there. Tripped herself up. Still in control of this one. The number 3 for Flinders College. Very impressive start for her. No evidence of any nails. Ibralic off the glass and in. Rounded pass, another quick piece of offensive play. Great vision from Juha Kang into Choi once more.
Yeah, I hate to sound like a broken record, but they have to expect this. Made baskets or missed baskets on Young Girls, they plan to run. And it's been effective so far. And right now, a little bit of rhythm for Flinders College, but they're trading baskets, Roshan.
End-to-end stuff at the moment. Breakneck pace. This is being played at, and that was Atkin earlier. A couple more points on the board for Flinders College. It does look, Boone, like they are perhaps starting now to get into a decent run of scoring.
Georgia is already tired. She is holding on to her legs already, a couple of players. I also saw Madison Carr doing the same thing. So if you're on Young Girls, Roshan, what's happening right now is even if, let's say, Team Australia is making baskets like this, the pace is in their favor, so they like this.
Well, still a very long way to go in this contest, Boom, and it's one of those things as well. If you're playing at this sort of pace, you grind teams down. Kang has to turn away. No problem, they'll reset. Thought about the recycle. Jun is gone for the triple. In and out. Ganesh again. She's looking very lively, gets it back. Decent bit of luck going her way that time around, but couldn't make the most of it.
This is where they're getting killed right now, in transition.
There you go. And that jumper that goes to the high post.
It's a perfect strategy, really. See, now, this is what they're doing to Team Australia. They're asking them to hurry their offense. And even if they make the basket here, Korea will like this. You know, Onya will like this because it gives them the opportunity to run back right away.
That was Petrovic with the score. 7 points the difference. Slowing it down now.
Which Flinders College is probably appreciating.
Going player for player there. Kang hooks it back up, gets it again. Tries to create that little bit of separation, unsuccessful, so they played around the arc. Not quite finding the same sort of accuracy as they were early on in this contest.
Oh, give away.
It's been given away. Choi dished back out again. Top of the arc for the triple. All the time in the world. Lee Won-juk. 21-11. There's Benash. Crossover, ditched out. Miscommunication there, perhaps.
Yeah, but you're seeing the game plan working perfectly. They're really rushing Australia. That is a perfect example of it.
But this has gone nice and quick, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Choi. Cut, Kang again. Out into the corner. Lee Won-juk. Back into the middle. Top of the arc.
Almost a glass.
Here's Carr. Got that individual power and that speed individually, but On Young Girls are playing more as a unit, more as a team at the moment. Big contact there. Oh, travel. I think is the call. There,
I believe so, yeah. I think it's correct call too. You definitely feel Roshan, in the building, the intensity it's a bit different, knowing that a final seat is at stakes in the very first NBA Rising Stars Invitational. All alone on the other side. It is a mortal sin to miss that one.
Emerson Annabelle. Easy points for her, the number 4 for Flinders College. Cut outside again. Huang. For the triple. Good anticipation from Juha. Juha got number 3.
There's another thing that I'm noticing, Roshan. Australia is not blocking out. What they're doing, the girls from Flinders College, is looking up and maybe relying on their size and the leaping ability to get that rebound, using the Onyang girls going around them in terms of getting those rebounds. So that's a fundamental mistake that Flinders College is making as of the moment in their defensive stance. Look at that scramble. How much do you want it?
Battle on the ground there.
Ball will go to Onyang.
Yeah, but I think they're just applauding the efforts of Charlotte Atkin, the number 27. Didn't quite go their way, but they need to match up with the fight. Show that they definitely have that. It's Cho.
You see what I mean, though? Lee got that rebound all the way from the free throw line because she was not boxed out, because KOR was already just looking at the ball. There is a basic training that you do, especially at this age at high school. Find and locate is what the coaches will say. Find the offensive player, locate, hold them a little bit if you can, so that you can box them out. That's not what's happening right now for the girls of Flinders College. That's why they're giving away all of these offensive rebounds.
Expert analysis coming from Boone Gonzalez. There's Cho.
Good shot. Turn around.
Wrong jumper. 23-13. Advantage is at 10. Change coming up here. Things happening thick and fast. It's the number 11, Charlotte Kilby, on court in place of Tina Petrovic.
Biggest lead of the game, doubled up, 23-13 and 21-11 earlier.
Goes outside again, Huang. Back in with the dribble. This time around, much better from Emerson Annabelle, but it's a cheap turnover. Huang.
Stepping on the line.
That's right. I think that's going to be just the 2.
It is.
Both feet on the line there. But put away. Points on the board. That's the important thing.
You know, we mentioned at the pre-game, top of the coverage, outside shooting. The sniping has been efficient. 2-on-1 on the other end. What is Georgia going to do?
They're so confident with the form, the shooting form, and they feel that most of the time when they put it up there, they're going to land it.
Especially from mid-range, right?
Yep.
They're comfortable pulling up from mid-range. 4 seconds left here in this first quarter.
There we go. Annabelle to try and beat the buzzer there. Doesn't quite come off. A big lead here at the end of the first quarter. Great start to this first semi-final. Onyang Girls High School comfortably in front, 27-13. We'll come back for the second. Welcome back to the Kalang Tennis Hub. Great to see. Nice crowd in attendance this Saturday. The first of 4 semi-finals that we will have, and the first of the 2 girls semi-finals. This one between Flinders College of Melbourne, Australia, and Onyang Girls High School of Asan, South Korea.
By the way, there's a good Australian contingent here in the Kalang Tennis Hub. I've been seeing them cheering their team on.
I most certainly can. I'll be looking for a big response in this quarter of the contest.
They need it. They need to slow this game down to their pace, because right now, Roshan, my eyes, they look a bit uncomfortable with the kind of game that Ongsan are playing.
What are some of the ways, Boom, that they can try and slow it down? Because if you look at Onyang Girls High School, they are quite intent on keeping the tempo high.
When they have the ball, they should not hurry. They should go through their plays. What's happening right now is they seem to be rushed because they're trying to go with the pace. But course, that's credit to the unsung girls because they're forcing that issue. But this time, better execution later in the shot clock.
Charlotte Atkin with the cut inside. That's another triple from the top of the arc. Doesn't come off for Huang this time around. Give it straight to Banesh of Flinders College. Bounces it back into Banesh. Didn't quite get the elevation required.
Oh, that's a sorry miss. Because they have rare opportunities in transition. A game that, and you also see that they're not comfortable in terms of like running the ball as compared to the Onyang girls who kind of know what to do in transition.
Well, discipline is a word we've used a lot at this tournament, Boom, and we're seeing quite a lot of that from the Onyang girls in offense and defense. Given away again, Banesh. They really do need to make these openings count.
So you see in the fast break, that's a 3-on-1 fast break. It was not executed the correct way, which means again that they look very much uncomfortable. Coach Mitchell is holding the hands of Georgia Bunch there and then telling her what to do in that sequence. And they also need to make these free throws. They need to catch up here. That's Mitchell Karen Lee, head coach of team Flinders College from Melbourne, Australia. And you see them huffing and puffing also?
Yeah.
It is the pace of Onyang.
There is Madison Carr. Picks up the bucket there from the line. Here's Iwon Jung. Back to Yuha Kang. And again, nice and patient, waiting for the openings to arrive. Spots the gap, dishes it out.
Sorry miss.
Choi. Great opportunity to add on to the tally here, not taken. It's Carr. On to Ibralic. Takes it along with her. Atkin. Loose pass. Go out of bounds. Possession. Go to Onyang Girls High School.
So another turnover for the team from Australia. That will be their 5th. Flinders College with their 5th turnover of the game. They're down 11. Biggest lead was 14.
Iwon Jung again for the triple out of the corner. That was Hwang Hyun-jong.
Better box out there by Atkin. And Atkin and Moat actually collaborating for that box out.
Bench. Ibralic. Carr.
Oh,
Down to Moat.
Nice getaway. No foul.
Just with the fake and the drive across the baseline there. Nothing doing.
Letting them play.
For Flinders College is Kang. Bounces it in to the run of Hwang Hyun-jong.
Atkin is all alone. Not the fastest, but
oh dear.
Uncomfortable, like I said, in transition. This time she makes it count.
Gets another chance. And body language initially, when she missed the first one, she turned away and sort of switched off for the moment. You'll notice that as well, Boom. And got her teammates to be grateful for, picking up the rebound and setting her up again for another double.
She's tired because she's jogging back. She cannot run with her teammates or with this opposition, while that's Madison Carr.
Couple of quick crossovers there.
And that's a good run for them. They've cut the lead down to half already. That's here right. At 20-27.
7 is the deficit. There's Hwang. Kang. Rotating. Cuts outside again.
Free.
Great
you see that?
Lovely cut on the blind side from Hwang. Not picked up. All the time to put that away for another beautiful triple. Well executed. When they're shooting from the outside.
That rotation on the ball is just so beautiful to watch. That is the 5th three-point shot of the team from South Korea.
Second attempt at a triple missed by Flinders College. Playing more on the inside, as you mentioned, Boom. That's going to be the strategy for them. Not very strong from outside the arc, but they're not getting a lot in the way of success from inside as well.
Look at this. Again, I like looking at the form. Look at the rotation, backspin. Splash. It's a really beautiful piece of shooting. Atkin moves out of the game, needing a breather.
Yeah, much needed. Bit of rest required for Charlotte Atkin.
Madison Carr starting to heat up here, partner. Already with 5 points. Their captain.
Starting to pick up more of a contribution on the offense is Carr.
They've settled down a little bit. If you notice, the speed of the game has slowed down a tad bit. But there, that's Lee getting away.
Yeah, absolutely right. Lee Won-jung up to 8 points for Onyang. The lead is back up to 10. Ibralic.
Oop, trap.
Double team there, almost getting crowded out. Found a way through. That's come off the glass. Don't think that was intentional, but never mind. Possession still with Flinders. Molt switches sides.
Oh, I thought that hit the rim. Apparently it didn't.
I think it was just the nylon there. And make contact with, and session will go to Onyang. Good defending in the end. Boom from Onyang again. Protecting the, or trying to protect the interior, forcing the shots from distance. Which Flinders haven't found much success with. There's he. Huang cuts outside again.
But see,
picks up her own.
Exactly.
Rebound from her own shot.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, and the reason for that is the thing that I've been saying. She wasn't boxed out. What happens is the girls from Australia are caught ball watching after the ball's up. So the automatic thing to do, especially for her, because it seems like she knows, obviously, when the ball's not going in, so she's going to run to get a rebound. After she makes the shot, you have to block her out. Automatic. It has to be your assignment.
Yeah, not happening enough. They seem to be, well, as you said, Boom, a lot of ball watching going on, enjoying the action, enjoying the quality, the shooting form, perhaps.
I can't blame her.
Waiting to see what happens, as opposed to reacting.
Right. Some coaches will say, Roshan, that it's okay if you don't get the rebound as long as she doesn't get the rebound.
Well, picking up the offensive ball of that second shot from the line. This is again another example, Boom, that you said of them just switching off a little bit. Atkin, bit of a breather, is back on. Molt and Ibralic have come off.
Back to 11, that's the lead. Free, underneath.
That was Carr of the defensive board. Petrovic tripped up and still gets it away. Tibanesh. Petrovic collected it on the elbow, pushed into the paint. Takes the touch. That's a foul committed by Cho Yeon-hoo, number 1. That is a first of the game.
Biggest lead of this match was at 14. That was 27-13. Flinders College was able to cut it down to around 7. Now it's a
Petrovic, it's Bolt. Down from the line, no problems for her. Off straight away, and it's Charlotte Kilby who's come back on. They are missing, Flinders College, they are missing Kai Sturrup, who picked up an ankle injury in the first match. Unfortunate for her. We wish her all the very best.
Yeah, I saw her yesterday in crutches.
Yeah, walking around, limping around with her crutches. Hope she has a quick recovery. It's very unfortunate. These things happen in the game. That is Juha Kang.
Yesterday there was also a knee injury on one of the players from Tsinghua University.
Yeah, another unfortunate injury.
Yeah, and that girl will be out for the tournament already. I think that's Swang, if I'm not mistaken, who got injured. And that's unfortunate because they advanced to the semifinals. They're going to need her, but unfortunately she won't be around. In the meantime, back to the action here. 7-point lead.
That's going to be a pretty good rivalry, that second semi-final. China against Japan to look forward to.
Sorry, missed there.
Kyoto Seika Gakuen will be up against Tsinghua University High School, the second girls semi-final.
I'm interested in that because short recovery for Singwa also.
Finish. Dished out to the corner. Looking
Bang.
for the triple.
Bang.
One away, and that was Madison KOR. They're looking to just try and change it up in the offense here, Boom. Perhaps trying something different.
Yeah, and they're down by 4 only. But an answer.
It's a triple in response.
Quick
from
answer.
Cho Yeon-hoo.
Snuffed out right away. Bad pass, bad pass. And a foul in frustration. Was that Atkin? Yeah, I think it was.
Well, they're hanging in there, Flinders College. It took them some time to get going. But they look to be in a decent run of rhythm now. Cutting down on that deficit overall in this second quarter. Leading by 16 to 9 in that regard. Scratch that. That's been chopped off now. 16 to 12 in this quarter. 39-29. Deficit back up to 10.
Just like that. So confident in their stroke. Oh, nice cut.
No down, stays in all the way through into the paint. Good cut, Boom, as you mentioned.
Yeah, so you were asking me, what do they have to do? They have to be like that. They have to be more deliberate in their offense.
Nice leak. To the number 3, Juha Kang. Back up to Huang again. There's an instant reaction here, Boom, from the players of Anyang Girls. Whenever they release the shot, it's not admiring it.
Yeah.
It's we're reacting in case there's a rebound.
And guess what? They do that in training. So it becomes second nature. It becomes instinct. It becomes your reflex. The coaches, that's up to the coaches. That's what they do. They don't watch their ball. And if there's anybody who knows where that shot's going to go, it's you.
Inbound.
Good block.
Blocked out by Atkin.
On the run.
Nash drives into the paint again. Hooked it in.
10 points for her, partner.
That's right. Looking very good, Georgia Benesh. There's Choi. Kang. Floats it. Rebound picked up. Benesh again looking to try and spark something.
Wow. I thought they had the arm there of Georgia, but no foul called.
Georgia taking on a lot of that responsibility.
Mid-range. Easy pickings.
Choi in Kyong. To 41 now on Young Girls.
Same form on that set shot. So on Young Girls, Roshan has had the answer to every mini blitz that the Flinders College have had here in this first half. In their comeback bid.
Ibralic went into a blind alley there. Was looking for a way out. Tried to pick out Mo.
Oh, what a pass!
Great pass down the line. Outlet was Lee.
Oh!
Brilliant. Wonderful vision and awareness there.
Beautiful. That is not easy to execute, especially with a defender running back. Just the right height, the right speed, and what a catch too, and finish there for another 10-point lead.
Yeah, looking good. As you said, it's not good enough from a Flinders College perspective to just be exchanging baskets here. They've got to try and go on a little bit of a run on their own as we have another look at this pass out, Boom. Picked up and straight away.
That's great.
Sent downstairs for Iwon Jung.
Yeah, and by the way, what a finish also. Right leg, left finish. 15, 20 years ago, you don't see that, but now players are so skilled regardless of where they are, at the side of the court, whatever hand, ambidextrous. Beautiful finish.
Choi In-kyung with the service. Iwon Jung with the finish. So a nice atmosphere here, as well as we have a look courtside at former WNBA star Lauren Jackson in attendance. And she's been keeping a close eye on how things have gone on court here at the NBA Rising Stars Invitational. It's not just about what happens out here on court in these matches. It's a whole entire thing. NBA, along with Sports Singapore, Singapore Tourism Board, and all the partners, everyone involved in this, they've done an excellent job of bringing basketball to this part of the world and giving opportunities to all these players from Asia Pacific,
by the way,
in the region to come out and experience an international class, wonderful tournament.
Yeah, speaking of Lauren Jackson, I think we will have, hopefully, the pleasure of sitting beside her a little later on, and I would really love to hear her thoughts about, you know, how the Australians are playing in her eyes.
I just had a quick look there at the head coach for Onyang Girls High School, Kim Han Kyo. We're pretty satisfied with the way things are going at the moment, but she will be well aware that there is still a long way to go. That will help. Lee Won-jung goes up to 12.
Back to 12, yeah. Great mid-range jumper, great execution. Flare out.
Looking for the triple. Oh, that was...
That's a panic pass. That's what you call a panic pass.
a no-look pass to nowhere. Change again here for Flinders. As Madison Carr comes back on court.
Well, going back to our pre-game conversation, it's the efficiency and speed that is offsetting any kind of advantage that Flinders College has in terms of size and heft. The size and heft hasn't been a factor, even in terms of what's supposed to be rebounding. It hasn't been a factor there because even that, Onyang girls have found a way to battle them off the boards.
Here's Kang. Arms in the face. Oh, great pass. Nothing cut there from
Look at that mid-range form.
Springs away and still puts that down, no problem. Great basketball here on display from Onyang Girls High School for the buzzer beater, and she gets it. Georgia, big points, couple of them at the end there. Cuts that deficit down to 12. A closely fought quarter that one was, but it is Invitational 2025. As we have a look at some of the numbers here, Boom, talk us through them.
Yeah, the turnovers obviously were caused because of that pressure that I was talking about. And remember, I was saying the height and the heft advantage of Flinders College kind of offset in terms of that rebounding because they have not been boxing out well. So 25-25 both in rebounding, and of course Onyang shooting a little bit better, especially from the three-point area, and that's why they're in the lead, 47-35.
Just about ready to get started here again. Moving into the second half of this contest. And here we go.
Hey.
We've kept an all-time great waiting for us. My apologies, Lauren. Lauren Jackson is here with us, two-time WNBA champion. I mean, I could go on all the way about her accomplishments, but I think I've said it with the tag of all-time great. Lauren, thank you so much for taking the time to come out here in the commentary position with us. What have you been up to in Singapore?
A bit of everything, actually. I love Singapore. It's the first time I visited here, so the kids and I have definitely been out and about, but also taking in the basketball. It's been great.
So it's a good first time. Safe to say that everything has been good for you. You love the country.
Oh, I love the country. Yeah, it's beautiful here. Yeah, it's been really impressive, and I mean, the people have been so kind, and yeah, we've had a great time.
Well, it's truly an honor, not only for us, for me and Roshan, but the girls and the boys to have you from day number one of the inaugural NBA Rising Stars Invitational. What are your general impressions of how it has gone in the first 3 days now that we are in the semifinals? And let's not talk about the basketball yet, but just the general impressions.
Look, I mean, what an incredible opportunity for all these kids, you know, to be out here, you know, wearing all the NBA branded kit, to be playing on a court like this and in an environment where it's just so professional, and it's like an all-star game, really. Like, you know, the kids will never get an opportunity like this again, really. You know, obviously, unless they sort of go further up through the pathways, which could very well happen. But It's honestly, it's just been so special to sort of see this and witness it firsthand. And I think for the Asia Pacific to be the first to do this, it's incredible. So yeah, just really impressed, and congratulations to the NBA on this one.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, Boom. I mean, we've been talking about how great it's been for these talented young players to come out here and get that international level experience, but it also been treated like professionals with the introductions, with the photo shoots, and everything that comes around it. And you were sitting courtside. Were you enjoying the action that we saw in the first half?
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, it's like you just said, too, touched on the international experience, but the different styles of basketball are really coming out to play. And again, these kids would not have played at a level where they're experiencing international play. And for my kids to watch it as well, it's translatable. Like they're seeing what high school kids can do from all over the Asia Pacific, and it's really incredible.
All right, you've done it all. You know, you've won.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
you have done it all. I mean,
whether it's in Australia, whether it's in WNBA, whether it's in the Olympics.
That's right.
You've won all the medals, you've won all the MVPs. But what were you doing at this age, and what kind of competitions were you going through, Lauren, at this age where the girls are right now?
Well, interestingly, I was telling this story the other day, but when I was at high school, my parents wouldn't let me play basketball because my grades were so bad at school. So they kept me out of school sport. But the year that they did let me play basketball, we ended up winning the national title.
Oh, look at that.
Which would mean that, you know, that when that happened 30 years ago, whatever it was, wasn't quite. Yeah, it was that long ago. Holy crap. There you go. We could have, you know, qualified for this tournament then, which, so, you know, and what an, I guess for kids nowadays that are playing school basketball, to have this to aspire to, and all the visibility that this tournament is going to be having all around the Asia Pacific, kids are going to be able to go to high school and be like, we can do this. Like, let's go to training.
The only reason why I was asking Roshan, why to take us back all the way, is that all of your achievements now started somewhere.
Oh, they did, yeah.
You could very well see some of these players, you know, making the step up in the longer term.
Oh, absolutely. You know, even just watching these Korean girls, like some of them, they're deadly shooters, you know. Like, they can knock down threes with so much accuracy. So, absolutely. You know, you never know how far you can take it in this sport, and that's a great thing about our sport, is that you can actually get to the very top of the sport just like that.
Lauren, I'm quite interested whenever we have a big star of the game come in here, and you've played for so long, you've won so much. When you watch basketball now, do you look at it with an analytical eye? Do you look at it from a coach's perspective, or are you just watching? It's just fun, just for enjoyment?
I think I'm sort of, I love watching the game for enjoyment, and as a fan, I don't think I've ever been a real student of the game. I always played on intuition, and I wasn't the sort of, you know, the point guard out there running around directing people. I just played the game how I played it. So I think I watch it and I consume it as a fan, but also from the lens of, I've got two little boys who absolutely love it. And
who've been jumping and are now right now with Bernie.
They're so passionate about it. Yeah, they love it. And they want the Aussie girls to do well. But, you know, I think from their perspective, especially my eldest son, he's like, wow, I could be here in the next sort of 5 or 6 years. So, you know, it is really cool.
So it's become aspirational now.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, let's talk about what you saw in the first set and what you're seeing now. You talked about the accuracy of the shooting. The lead is up to its biggest right now at 16-56-40. What is going on? What are you seeing in terms of, you know, Flinders College and how they have not been able to stop the Onyoung girls?
Yeah, look, the South Korean girls are unreal. They're very well drilled. They are very skilled. They can shoot, they're penetrating, they're able to find each other. They know exactly where their teammates are going to be, and they haven't been turning the ball over that much. So, whereas the Aussie girls, yeah, they haven't quite clicked yet, and it's been hard for them. It's been a hard game for them to get going, and every time they have made runs, the South Korean girls have been able to weather it and then, you know, knock down a big three or make a big play. So it's been hard for them to get over that, that hump.
Everybody can see you. We're, of course, talking to...
With the timeout going on, Lauren Jackson, two-time WNBA champion, 7-time WNBL champion, 5 times at the Olympics.
Yeah.
One of the all-time greats. I know maybe you feel a little bit uncomfortable with all that, but it is what it is, Lauren.
Well, I
mean,
know for a fact that I'm actually a really terrible commentator,
Oh,
so
you have been
I'm
golden.
definitely not in my element
Are
sitting
you
up here
kidding
with
me?
you. but-
You've been quality, honestly.
Oh,
you have been excellent, and really,
Yeah.
thank you for taking the time to
Thanks.
come up here with us. And I know you're pretty eager to get down there as well, back to your kids. I know you're keeping
Well,
an eye on them.
I did. When I first got up here, they were WWE down there on the side of the court. So there was
We
a
could see.
full-blown boxing match happening. So that was a little bit concerning. But yeah, no, I mean, look, it's good.
Yeah, but before we let you go, and you've already shared your thoughts about this game so far, Australian basketball, though, is
Yeah.
on the up and up. Rankings-wise, for both the men and women, it's at an all-time high. Well, what can you tell us about that in the future, especially looking at the future right now at Flinders College and all the other schools there in Australia?
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I will say that Australia and Basketball Australia has done really well is invested in pathways and opportunities. You know, for many, many years now, they've really had great pathways, and our system is very different to the United States in that we don't have the same population. So, you know, the pathways into the COE and then beyond there are very good, and the states and territories do it really well as well. So we've got a great system there, great development. And we're just working to continue to elevate the experience for all the kids and parents and the people that are involved in the sport back there. We have a great basketball culture, and you know, there's a lot of great things happening. Basketball Australia is doing a great job, and so is the NBL and the WNBL.
Yeah, another triple drop down there, and a lead being expanded. Lots of separation happening here now. Boom, on Young Girls High School starting to just pull away.
They are.
But even more of a cushion. There was Charlotte Atkin, number 27. They go downtown again.
I think they miss Lauren Jackson downstairs, and they say, where is she? All of a sudden, they're distracted, and this lead has gone up to its biggest right now at 19. But in basketball terms, the speed is bothering right now at Flinders College. The press has bothered them, and obviously this shooting has been unreal for the South Koreans.
Yeah, like I said, they're just really well drilled. They know each other really well. They've, you know, obviously they've played together a lot. But, you know, credit to the coach and their staff. These girls are great basketball players, and I fully anticipate to see them at professional level.
I know.
Yeah,
I'd like to just, as you see another shot there, they're enjoying themselves here right now in this seemingly open basketball that's happening right now. But I don't know, Roshan. Lauren's selling herself short about this whole commentating thing today.
No, I think she's been great. I mean, providing the analysis, some really great insight, Lauren. Thank you so much for that. Go back down to the court here with Kang, and again, they're just hurting Flinders College with those triples. It's something like 3 in a row.
Yeah, it's out of control. I think defensively too, like Australia haven't made the adjustments to really get out there and make them penetrate, like make them do something else instead of stand on the three-point line and shoot shots. And
That's a
then
great
they're
point.
rattled as well down here on the offensive end.
Yeah, we were talking about that, how they got flustered because of this.
Yeah, so they're just letting South Korea do whatever they want to do, offensively and defensively. So, you know, it's a hard game for them, but this is international basketball, and you've got to learn to adjust.
Right.
And, you know, this is a really great thing about this tournament, is that we're getting to see all these different styles and kids the same age that have just, you know, incredible skill sets.
And I'm sure they're going to have a lot of great takeaways from the tournament. Not that it's over yet, but regardless whether it's a win or a loss, there's going to be so many takeaways that you can bring back to Australia and then eventually bring back to the Invitational again next year.
Absolutely. The great thing about this is that the competition is so strong, you know, and yeah, I mean, you're not going to be able to come into something like this and just expect to win. Like, you're going to have to fight for it, and credit to the South Korean team, because they really have done that today. They knew what their game plan was, and they've come out and executed for these first 3 quarters.
Well, Lauren's going to be with us for the rest of the quarter, so we're going to make her do some work with some analysis. She's got a keen eye for it.
Now, the first 3-point shot has not been kind to Flinders College.
It hasn't been one of their strengths, Boom.
Yeah.
Preferring to play in the interior, get into the paint and try and score the points from there. But it's been really organized from the Onyoung Girls High School. The fact that we've seen these two teams play just one match in the group stage on their way into the semi-final, but we're seeing a real difference in class here. Lee Won-jung pops it back up to this one who's been deadly there. The number 11 goes up to 25.
It's just it. She's just in such a flow state right now that she can do this with her eyes closed and everything is going in.
Absolutely. I think that, you know, I guess from my perspective, these girls haven't played at a level like this before, and they haven't probably witnessed the incredible shooting that this team has come in and been able to show us today. So that, you know, defensively they've got to be able to make adjustments, and they just are not doing that.
Yeah, and we all know that the world game now has become so opened up. It's space and space and all the three-point shooting, and at this level, Huang, who's just got that strict push shot, is so perfect with her performance so far.
Well, they were trying to face guard her in the first half, at the end of that first half, so I don't know why they've gone away from that, but they really do need to do something differently here and change up their defense. Otherwise, it's just not, you know, it's going to be a pretty messy scoreline, I reckon.
You know, I think what's happening also is she has adjusted to the face guard.
Yeah.
And she has just moved all over, and she's always following her shot. Her fundamentals are so sound, Laura.
Yeah, they are. I think too, like in games like this, the girls have actually got to come out and they've got to fight for it. And I just feel like, you know, those diving on loose balls, and we just haven't seen that consistently through this game. And whether that's nerves or whether, you know, they're tired, which could be a factor. But yeah, like you've got to come out and play for your lives, you know.
And now they know this, and you know, these are the things that they now know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether they will learn it in the next quarter or learn it in the next competition.
I'm just thinking boom as well, especially for them. Yes, we put that development to one side just for a bit. They're going to watch this back, and they're going to hear Lauren Jackson on commentary on their match, and that's going to be, you know, another great memory for them for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this experience for them, regardless of what, you know, the scoreline is something that they will cherish for the rest of their lives, you know.
Nice move from KOR there, behind the back. Drives inside.
Good follow-up. Unable to finish.
Picked up by KOR again. Here's Atkin. Again, just the accuracy, the percentages haven't quite been there.
Yeah, they've got to attack. They've got to continue attacking and not sort of shy away from getting those hits in the paint. If they are going to attack and not live and die by the three-point line, which they can't because their shooting percentage hasn't been that great. But getting it inside the paint is just going to be so critical for them, and they've got to draw that contact so that they're getting fouls, not fade away from it.
Right.
Here is KOR again, picks it up. She's been one of the bright sparks of the campaign at the NBA Rising Stars Invitational for Flinders College, as has Molt, so known as Choppy to her teammates.
That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. They've got to, they need to attack and they need to play aggressive basketball, so they can't sort of fade away or shy away from the hits. They actually need to penetrate aggressively, and they need to go over screens. They need to go over screens.
Especially the Juan Khan, who's just now on fire.
Oh my gosh, she's great, isn't she? Wow, deadly shooting.
Deadly. Look at them on defense too, Lauren. They're not giving an inch.
Not at all.
Yeah. It's good individual move there.
Yeah, Molt still finds a way past. There's Lee.
See,
she's been on fire, but she dishes it out.
They got lucky there, dodging a bullet.
I don't think, you know, in all of my games against South Korean teams or Japanese teams or even Chinese teams, you cannot go under screens. You cannot leave anyone open in transition on the three-point line because you will get punished, and that's what's happening here.
Not anymore, right?
No.
You can't go under screens. You got to fight through the screen or switch right away.
You cannot give them an inch because that's going in the hole.
coming towards the end of this quarter here on Young Girls High School.
We'll get the opportunity to say thank you again. It is an absolute honor and pleasure for you joining us here, and I'm sure the girls, when they hear this, are going to be, you know, just absolutely honored too that you actually called their game.
I know, Boom. I know we were both excited, but Boom especially, he's got his,
I got everything on film.
Making sure he's wrapped this up. Lauren, thank you so much for coming up here to the commentary position.
Yeah,
really appreciate it, and hope you enjoy the rest of the competition.
Yeah, we will. Thank you very much, you guys. This is awesome.
Welcome back to the Kallang Tennis Hub for the NBA Rising Stars Invitational 2025, coming into the fourth quarter of this first girls semi-final between Flinders College of Australia and Onyang Girls High School of South Korea. And it is Onyang Girls High School in the lead quite comfortably. Pretty much a cruise in that third quarter for them, and the number of triples they were able to put down. Boom, just unstoppable at the moment.
I think the South Korean team wanted to impress Lauren Jackson more than anybody else, while the Australian team missed her downstairs because it's when she left that floor where this lead ballooned to where it's at right now, 77-52. Just an absolute clinical third quarter. I think that's the word that I want to use. It was a clinical third quarter by this Onyang Girls High School from Asan, South Korea.
Yeah, and it's great to have Lauren Jackson here in the commentary position.
Good was she? Huh?
She was excellent. I mean, incredible insight, wonderful analysis, and really generous with her time here in the commentary booth.
I don't understand why she's saying she's not good at this.
No, she's fantastic. I think it's just that little bit of humility from her, you know, because she was great, Boom.
Yeah, she was absolutely golden for us, and we were very lucky for their two guests.
Yes, that we've had. Yeah, Keisei Tominaga we've had previously.
Yeah, and we might have another one at the end of the day, so we'll keep you posted. Let's keep you posted. In the meantime, 77-52 with a full quarter for Australia to try to come back here. Ooh.
I wonder if they're not careful here, we might get a situation where the game clock just keeps going. If it's past the 25-point mark at the moment, that's where we are at. So that threshold not quite met at this point, but it does seem with the way things have gone.
Yeah, I think in the semi-finals and the finals that will not apply anymore.
Apologies, just been given that news that there's no more running time, so that will not apply in this semi-finals and the final tomorrow. That was just in the group stage, so that is not going to be continued into this one.
Which is good news for a team of Australia, because that gives them more time to try to make a go of it here without that pressure of the clock on them.
That's right. Still, the difference is 25.
Yep. The systematic beat down so far here, really finding their rhythm, talking about the South Korean high school team, and everything working mid-range. You saw the rebounding at halftime, no advantage at all, 25 all. That was because of effort, and that was because, as I told you, they just follow their shot, as this was Nashua dancing inside.
What's been excellent though from Onyang's perspective is the efficiency, the effectiveness, the execution of the shooting in the offense, and that's given them this huge advantage. We often speak about the form and the shooting form of these players, and you know that discipline that comes into it as well. But there's also a real team element. You know, it's not about the individuals. The individuals obviously have lots of quality, but it's not about them going out there and getting all the points for themselves. You know, they want to share it around, and they are very willing to find the shooters on the outside, shooters in different positions to pick up the points from different areas.
And the positions, Roshan, are not random. Again, we go back to their system. They run their plays. They know what they're supposed to do. Ball movement, player movement, and they know their spots, and they have come up with 13 three-point shots. They are shooting a mind-boggling 42% from beyond the arc. In any basketball game, if you're shooting 42%, that's tough. That's a tough thing for the opponent.
Yeah, certainly is. That's more. And there's again just a little bit of an example of the difference between these two sides. in those areas. Some young girls making the most of their opportunities. And Flinders College, unfortunately for them, not quite sinking theirs. Bounced in. Again, nice pace, good cut that one was from Kang. Lee pops it back out, gets it again. Top of the arc. Rare turnover from On Young Girls High School. Is Georgia.
Oh,
nice step there with that fake. Steps in and then back out again. She's had a solid outing, Georgia Bench. 16 points. Choi.
That will stay with On Young Girls, if I'm not mistaken, with 6:50 remaining.
Just 8 turnovers all game on Young Girls. 14 for Flinders College. Great shooting numbers as well. 3-point percentage for On Young Girls, 42%. That is incredible. Here's Lee. Great consistency.
And that percentage gonna go up, whether from the 2-point area or the 3-point area.
Georgia.
This is what you want for them. Got to stop the clock, get some points. Try to make it a little more respectable. I know the window is closing a little bit with 6:28 remaining, but got to make a go of it. You're already here. If it might be your last game to play in the Invitational, you might as well go all out for it. As Lauren perfectly said, right? This opportunity is so rare. Opportunities that she never had when she was at that stage. As she did say, when they won the championship, they would have been here.
Yeah.
If they had this with the NBA branding.
That's Kang. Gap at 23 now. Australians up to 60 here. Lee. Good pass inside. Choi. Great work on the offense. Again, just coming together very nicely, like a smooth machine at work on Young Girls. Kilby. Strong enough to hang on to it. Selena Bell.
Persistence paying off. 8 on the shot clock left there.
Find a way quickly here. Try and get a shot away. That's come off KOR. So possession will go back to On Young Girls High School.
50 points for both Lee and Wang combined of the 83 of On Young Girls.
And then you got 10 for Choi Yeon-hoo and 15 for Choi In-kyung, 8 for Kang Joo-ha.
Here's another one. Comes up short that time.
Points from everywhere, really.
But Lauren made the perfect point there. Defensively, Flinders has not been able to adjust. They stuck to how they were defending from the get-go. And in my opinion, that was because they couldn't keep up with the pace. The pace really bothered them from the very start.
Well, some of the passing down the court here from Lee Won-jung, and in fact from pretty much most of these players that we're seeing from On Young Girls High School as well, it's crisp, it's sharp, it's quick.
Yes.
You know, they find their targets. And Lee Won-jung goes for a triple, unsuccessful.
Right within their system, Roshan. Oh, by the way, can we just mention a great crowd today coming out for the semifinals, and this is just the first of the games that we're going to have, but both in the girls and the boys division, and the top 8 teams left.
Well, absolutely right. It is the weekend here as well. Saturday afternoon. And very comfortable conditions here at the Kallang Tennis Hub. A wonderful facility. It's been turned into this battleground for the NBA Rising Stars Invitational 2025. And I'm sure these players as well will have enjoyed their time in Singapore. I'm sure, and I hope they've been given a chance to have a look at the sights and sounds. Now Lee has just gone down there, clutching her ankle, back up again, which is good to see.
Now, On Young Girls, Roshan,
are
playing defensively like they're down 10 here or something. They have not really changed the way they play offensively or defensively.
Well, Huang up to 28 with different ball from the top of the arc. Deadly. Oh, that's great defense from Lee. Following that run from Annabelle, that cut from Annabelle. Checks inside, gets in the way, blocks off that pass, has to go down the other end again. It's Wang. Doesn't quite make it this time. Here's KOR. End-to-end stuff at the moment. Takes that little bit of a touch on a way through. Can't make the basket. Onyang playing again at that quicker tempo. And that fast start from them, playing at that intensity, has really caused huge problems for Flinders College. They've not been able to get into any sort of momentum.
And they've been able to sustain it too. And this is another 3 on its way for, that is right now just the 14th triple, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or 15th already.
Yeah, updated the stats with that. 15, 37 attempts, high volume. But they're putting a lot of them down.
Just unreal shooting for them. As you look at this, this is what Lauren was talking about. They have not adjusted in terms of coming out to the shooter. Are you going to switch? Are you going to go under the screen, or are you going to battle and go over the screen?
And I mean, it's not even. It's a little bit of a screen. It's I don't know if you've got it a proper screen. It's like a mini. She's just standing there essentially, and there's no effort to sort of try and go around to just block the attempt at a triple. But it's another one that's been put down from the top of the arc there. Juhakang up to 11.
Yeah, in modern day basketball, they call that a brush screen. It doesn't have to be a solid screen anymore, because a brush screen will give you like a split-second delay for the defender, or 1 second delay. So now it's the defenders, the 2 defenders, to decide: are you going to switch? Are you going to go under? Are you going to go over? Or are you going to tag, what they call tag the shooter, and just make it a little tougher? And right now, it hasn't been tough. Shooting 15 of 37 from beyond the arc.
Some great numbers.
They'll be very happy about this.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing about this as well, if they should be on their way to the final tomorrow. Whoever's watching on has got to try and figure out, you know, some way to go and stop them. And I'm sure they're already looking at it. They'll do some analysis. The coach is responsible for setting up the game plan. Malt looking for points on the reverse. Gonna make that happen.
Of course, the interested parties will be Kyoto Seika and Tsinghua Secondary. I'm also interested, if I may digress just real quickly with that second game, because Tsinghua played late last night.
Yeah.
So
it was the last game, wasn't it?
And not only that, they had to work just to get rid of the Indonesian team last night. Because the Indonesian team really had their number for 3 quarters until that 4th quarter. So I will be very interested in how they are going to be able to recover for that game that you are going to do with our buddy Chuck Sharma.
I mean, that's going to be a great match to call as well, especially with Kyoto Seika, who have looked unstoppable.
That's why it's a concern.
They breezed through the group stage into the semi-final, and they're absolutely right to point that out, because Kyoto Seika have got some quality out there and a lot of pace. They'll be looking to play at a very high tempo as well.
They're a faster team than this Onyang girls team, so that's why.
Boom, that's a scary prospect when you think about it.
It is. But that's on paper, and that's on. We always have to say you have to play on the court, and let's see whose game plan will win.
I mean, you could say exactly the same about that match yesterday that you were talking about against the Indonesian girls team, because on paper you would have favored Tsinghua, and then they were given a difficult time of it. So let's see what happens just a little bit later on. That's a preview for then in the here and now. Onyang girls well on their way into the next stage.
And if you're watching, by the way, here in Singapore, please come on over, drop on by.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, there's still some space. It's filling up very nicely. There's still a few seats here and there, but there's also plenty to do around the action. Outside the arena, lots of activation. You can test your skills.
With some goodies.
Take on a couple of challenges as well. We've had some of the spectators come on the court during the intervals, during the halftime break.
With some nice NBA merchandise.
Absolutely. Here's Kang. Just looking to try and bounce that into the path of Huang. Bit too much juice on it. Puts it out of bounds. And a chance to give minutes to some of the other players who haven't really been involved. We've got Shin, Park, and Woo.
Get the starters out of there, get them to rest because they have the finals to take care of tomorrow.
Yeah, job done. So fresh legs out there. As Georgia, who will come away from this contest, I think feeling pretty satisfied with the job that she has done. Great output. And number 3 for Flinders College. She's up to 20 points. Leading the way for the side, fourth day of Madison Carr. That's Moult.
91.68 and 1:30. That's a getaway.
Easy. Pushed into the paint there for Moult. Ansha Moult. She goes up to 16. Here's Wu. Back out to Khan. That's well off. Gonna get her bearings right.
Well, if you're team Flinders, great experience for you. Unfortunate that they lost a player to injury in that first game. But you know, the one thing that I also liked about them, even in their off day they were here, they were watching the games. You know, they really enjoyed the whole thing. Scouting other girls, but also watching some of the men's games. They were watching the boys' games, rather.
Yeah, that's right. They absolutely were. You know, getting fully into it, getting involved.
I like that. I like that.
You know, taking some time to come out here, support the event. And as you mentioned, Boom, keeping an eye on the opposition. I mean, nothing like having a close look at what the opposition is like in the flesh.
Yeah, and just soak in the whole experience now. And after this, they don't have the pressure of thinking about game planning anymore and all that. And maybe they can just enjoy the rest of the experience, enjoy the rest of the city too.
Yeah, that's right.
Australians are no strangers to Singapore.
This part of the world,
yeah. Lauren mentioned very well. It's her first time and she's loving it. And we did see a big Australian contingent here in the audience cheering on Flinders College. And this girl continues to go to work.
Goes the bench.
Yeah.
Nice takeaway there by Carr. Glides in. A bit of frustration setting in now very late on, and they know they've been well beaten here. They've been outclassed by a very solid Young Girls High School team, and as we discussed earlier with Lauren Jackson, this is all a part of the development of these young players and something they will hopefully learn from.
Yes.
Getting out to the international stage and having that experience of playing against teams from different countries, against different systems. The final shot of this match, and it's Young Girls High School who pick up the big win into the final, 91-72. A commanding performance, Boom.
Yeah, from the start too. It was kind of like an end-to-end, wire-to-wire win by Young Girls, and there are so many things to point at. Originally, it was the